Hello everyone, like every week, this week I have planned certain podcast with our partner universities in Europe. And today we have invited Zane Purlaura, Director of International Office, to our podcast session. Zane, thank you for joining us for this session, and this really means a lot because every year you come once in a year and give us this time, and it's really meaningful because you share the new updates. So thank you for this time.
Thank you, Dipender, for inviting me.
Right. So we are talking about study in Latvia for many years now. We've on my channel as well. There have been a lot of videos about Latvia. 2024 September intake. Let's share with students. What is new for students when it comes to study in Latvia and study at RTU University.
As for the RTU, we changed our deadline. It used to be 1st of July, now it's 15th of June, so we'll give you less time, but in that way we want to make sure that you arrive on time. Beginning of September, when your studies will start at Riga Technical University. Then we as well acquired a few new institutions. So Maritime Academy is a part of Riga Technical University, and we are offering bachelor degree in marine engineering as well at the RTU. As well, we acquired a regional university, which is 𝐿iepāja University, which is now a part of RTU, which is RTU 𝐿iepāja Academy. So we are offering degree now in education science. So previously RTU was known, and even though these days it's engineering technology, we have business studies, but now we as well have the education science in our portfolio. And the few programs changed, few been removed, few new been added to the list of our various programs, but that pretty much that's all the news we have for the moment. We are planning that there will be more changes come year 2025, but I'm sure we'll meet again.
Absolutely. Good to know about your new updates, but I think it's very important for students to keep watching these videos. Students, please subscribe to our channel, because via subscribing this channel, you'll be able to get all the latest updates which come from different universities at different time. Like Zane just shared about her new update about the Riga Tech acquiring the new colleges. So Zane, when we talk about acquiring the new institutions, you have more programs to offer.
That's correct.
So in the field of marine, what are the programs Riga Tech will offer from this year onwards?
We have bachelors of engineering, and then the students can choose whether they go into electrical side, they go mechanical, or they can do navigation. But when it comes to the marine engineering, I'd like to as well explain a bit more in detail, because the way the studies are organized, that the students do their first year on campus, especially for navigation program. Then already in the second year, in the first semester, they go for internship. Internship is off campus on a ship, and that's a paid internship. So effectively, students can earn enough money to cover their tuition fees, or at least as well cover their living cost, one or another. Then after the half-year internship, they would return back to the campus. They do another semester of studies, and then they go and do another internship. So the program is integrated, that you have on-campus studies, and then we send you off campus to the ship where you can do your internship.
Great. So basically you're saying the marine engineering will have 3 streams: marine electrical, marine mechanical, and marine navigation.
That's correct.
So a student has to choose one of the streams when they study marine engineering with you.
That's correct, and they would need to choose that right away when they apply, because there are specific requirements, because this is the only program where we ask as well the medical report before students enroll in the program, because there are specific requirements. That information all is available as well on our website, and then only once you clear your medicals, then you can apply for that particular degree. And there are different requirements, whether you want to do navigation or you want to do electrical or mechanical side of that.
I can understand. Navigation will definitely have something to do with the eyesights.
That's correct.
Yes. So basically, students, when we go to European countries, the standards of engineering are different for different programs. So you have to be very careful about which engineering you're doing. If you're doing aeronautical, if you're doing marine engineering, they definitely require certain prerequisite in terms of your the medical as well, because you have to deal with the ship, you have to deal within the sea. So there, I'm sure the medical will also cover that part as well. When we talk about students who are going to do this program, they will be finishing the program. Will they be also have an opportunity to work with the shipping line in Riga or in European Union?
Yes, that's not just European Union, because those are all the global companies, and they know by the time they graduate, they can stay on and get the work permits and as well carry on working on the ships.
So marine engineering, we're offering only bachelor degree program, or masters are also there?
We only offer bachelor studies. You do 4.5 years, so
Okay.
that takes longer than our regular bachelor programs, but the reason is that you spend a lot of time doing your internships.
Great. So students who are willing to go for marine engineering, now they have opportunity to study from September 2024.
Yes, because for marine engineering we have one intake. That's our main intake, which is in autumn, when we accept students for all our programs, and then they start studies in Riga on 1st of September.
Okay. Zane, over these years, you have got a lot of students coming from India. I believe right from Jammu and Kashmir to bottom Kanyakumari, you have students from nearly all states, if not all, but nearly all states. When it comes to student popularity, Latvia is becoming very popular among the students. And one thing is very clear. I always say, students on this thing, and I will again saying it on a very openly in camera. I always talk about money first, because see, whenever you have to go abroad, it is about the money first, and then the second comes the destination and the university and the course, of course. But if you don't have money, you can't go abroad, right? This is also very truth of the life.
That would be difficult.
Difficult, right? So Latvia has picked up a popularity among the Indian student, because, or not only Indian student, Asian students, Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, we have a lot of viewers from there also. Because of the cost-effective education, especially in the public university. So your tuition fees is approximately, I think, 4,000 euros at the bachelor's level?
For the bachelor's, that would be range 3,500 to 4,000 euros, and for the master's that goes up to 5,000 euros per year.
4,000 to 5,000.
Yeah, for masters.
So bachelor's, we're talking about on a higher side, 3,60,000 Indian rupees. For masters, we're talking about somewhere like, you have 4 lakh to 4.5 lakh rupees per year, which is decently placed as compared to Indian education system, because India also, the top institution, a good institution, will charge you something similar only. One thing is, of course, the cost of the tuition fee. Second thing is going to be the cost of your living expenses is quite low in your dormitories. At the moment, what is the lowest in your dormitory you have to pay?
It's about 200 euros.
200 euros now.
200
It has
euros,
increased from the past now.
It has.
That's the minimum you have to pay to stay in the dormitory.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, because we've seen as well that many students tend to rent privately, because there's as well in the market, there's like lots of private rentals available. So you can, if you share the apartment, then you actually can reduce your costs.
Yeah,
as
I
well.
can see. So student, this is why I always say, subscribe to the channel, because again, now we are going to change our statement. If you see our earlier videos, we have been talking about, 100 euros, 120 euros. Now Riga Tech is clearly saying 200 euro is the minimum amount you have to pay in any of the hostels. You don't have any lower side or higher. No,
That is the lower
That's
side,
the lower side.
because if you want to stay on our main campus, which is Excl, where we have our offices, we have all the faculty buildings, then we are talking 350 euros, and that's 2 people sharing. That will not give you a single room.
Okay, so 200 euros. So if Riga Tech has a hostel for 200 euros, I would rather prefer to go outside in the city, because in the city I can get a studio from 200 to 300, where I can start to live with one of my co-flatmates, and we're going to pay around about 100 to 125, both of us, and I think that's cheaper. So I think from my perspective, because I was just in Riga 2 days back, and
Right.
I met my students. And students, please watch this podcast very carefully, because after Zane Purlaura's podcast, I am going to make you meet 2 students from Latvia who have given the latest information. See, I keep on sharing the information with you, but I bring the information every year. So every year I get some new content. So students who have gone to Latvia in February 24 have shared their details that what are they paying, and also how much it's going to cost in outside the city. So you can also subscribe to the channel again. Coming to the
because if I just may add as well, when it comes to the accommodation, then as from the university side, we can only assist you with our own on-campus accommodation. Because if you are looking for the private rentals, then you need to make your arrangements. And you need to bear that in mind. Saying that about pricing for 200 euros being the cheapest, that's for our campus in Riga. I've just mentioned that we acquired a new institution, which is in Liepāja. That's, I believe, is the 5th largest city in Latvia, located on the coast, and it takes about 2.5 hours drive from the capital, which is Riga. In there we offer as well the student accommodation on campus, and that is the range of 100 euros. So life is a lot cheaper out in Liepāja. Well, the opportunities, of course, they are different as they would be in the capital city, so you need to bear that in mind.
You have taken over Liepāja University, which means you'll be offering the Liepāja programs also.
That's correct.
So students who want to live in Liepāja, they can study for 100 euros. They can live for 100 euros.
Yeah.
And for the marine school also, they have to live in Riga, or they have to
marine school is in Riga, and they are located in our campus in 𝐼CICI. So it's the same location where all our other engineering faculties are.
So only if Riga Tech Liepāja campus you take, you can have a 100 euro accommodation. If you want Riga Tech University Riga campus, you have a 200 euro accommodation. That's on the table. Yeah,
because as it comes to Liepāja, we've seen as well amongst all our programs, number one is computers. Computers IT, and in Liepāja we are offering undergrad computer science, and we are offering as well the master degree in information technology, and plus the masters of education. So those would be the 3 degrees which are offered in our campus out there.
Zane, tuition fee we've discussed living expenses also. I think students now know about Latvia a lot. There's a lot of content available online as well, through our channel, through different channels, because Latvia has picked up its brand image in India because of the high quality education and affordable pricing. Everybody knows now, these things. I think the new audience which are joining us also can go and see our past videos. We have put all the description in the description. You can see all our past videos where you can find all the information about Latvia also. Coming to the students who come there for education, once they finish the education, let's suppose say before they finish the education, they are looking at part-time jobs. So earlier 2012 and 13, we used to send students and we used to get feedback that there are less opportunity for part-time jobs. 2024, as a university representative, you've seen this graph going low to high in terms of the part-time opportunities. Technology has come in. Volt and Bolt has come in, right?
That's true.
And like we say in India, there are a lot of employment are Swiggy, and Zomato has generated, or these platforms are generating in India also. In your country, in European countries, especially Latvia also, Bolt is an Estonian company, again a Baltic company, right? They are very active in Latvia. How do you see the job market right now for students who want to work while they are studying? And then I come to the next part.
I've seen, as you said, it's changed a lot. Pretty much these days, everyone who wants to do the job, whether that's part-time or full-time for the master students, they have the opportunities there. At the university, we have as well a career center, so they can turn for assistance as well, and we help students out. But we always highlight, you are with us because the priority number one is studies. So whatever you do, whatever your working hours are, the studies come first. So you put your school schedule in front of you, and then you put your working hours around it. That's how we see it from the university side.
Master students study mostly in the evening or in the daytime?
It depends. We have different programs. They offer different schedules. Some of them have classes in the evening, then you can work during the daytime. But then we have as well programs where you have your classes during the daytime.
Okay, depends on that.
Yeah.
When it comes to engineering student, you are a public funded university. And I would say the pride of Latvia, because if somebody wants to do engineering in this country, the biggest university or the largest university you can go to is Riga Tech.
That's correct.
Right? There is no other second option available. Okay, do I have second options available, but smaller university, So when I see your comparison, I've seen your rankings, I've seen your, partners. How are you partnered with India? Do you have some strong partnerships in India, some top institutions?
Yes, we do. We do have partners here in India. I tend to visit them as well during my trips. We have Anna University as one of our partners. We partner with as well IIT Bombay, and we have other partners across India as well.
You have few IITs with you, partners with you?
We do, yes, that's correct.
So basically, when it comes to ranking and quality education, a lot of engineering students give the JEE exam, which is the Joint Engineering Exam, and they want to go into IIT. When they don't get into IIT, they look for the second best option, which is NITs, basically National Institute of Technology across these states. Now, when we talk about why should those students who are not getting into IIT look at your institution as an alternative?
I think the quality of the education we can provide and the infrastructure we have available specifically for the engineering students, I mean in the terms of labs, all the workshops we have, because the big emphasis in our campus is on the practical application. Obviously, you do your theory as well, but we tend to organize our classes that 40% will contribute towards the theory, another 60% you will have your practicals, whether that would be labs, whether that would be calculations, group works, you name it, like different modes of teaching are there. And the degree eventually which you get when you graduate from us, that is opens the doors anywhere you go. If you don't stay for masters with us, you can go for your masters anywhere in Europe. You can go to US, Australia, you name it. Our qualification will be recognized and accepted there.
So becoming a world rank university, becoming an Indian IIT partner university, we can expect a quality, of course. This is what you're saying. When we talk about the opportunities in work area, I have recently covered, certain universities where I've seen the career centers are there, who are actually generating the lot of career expos for students in their own university. How's Riga Tech University placed when the student is about to finish his education? How do you bring industry and student together? Could you explain something that way?
Well, our career department at the university, they would organize the annual placement fairs. So when we invite all international domestic companies in one place where they would interact with the students, whether they would be first year or last year student, it doesn't matter. So they can see what opportunities are out there, what skill is required, and then they of course can make their decisions for the future. Apart from that event, we organize as well as smaller events which would be for a specific branch, I'd say. Like we have specific ones we organize for IT sector, we have different for mechanical, so then we route the students, whoever are doing particular degrees at the university, then they can join those smaller events as well. Plus, of course, the career center is there all the time, so you can approach them with your own individual questions.
You are a technical university, but are you giving some program in the field of business?
We do have faculty of engineering management and economics. So for undergrads, we are offering entrepreneurship and management. And for the masters, there are various programs like business finance. We have as well real estate, civil construction management, the same entrepreneurship program. MBA runs at the master level. And we are offering as well the degrees from Riga Business School. So they have program which would be BBA for bachelors of business administration, and they offer as well IT combined with business and an MBA, obviously.
So I would say you have a fair amount of business programs.
We do.
A lot of students understand Riga Technical University, maybe only tech, with the name people sometimes get confused. So I think students, you can also apply for some business program at Riga Tech University. They're also very well ranked. Coming to the job opportunity for students, where is the most of the student when they finish the education at the bachelor's level or master's level, do they find jobs in Latvia more or in European Union?
Well, the bachelor students tend to continue their studies, so they don't stop after their bachelor's, whether they go on to our master program, so they go and start their masters elsewhere in Europe. As for the master program graduates, we see some of them remaining back in Latvia, but I would say the fair portion of them as well travel around Europe and then seek the employment there. Plus as well for bachelors and for masters, we are always encouraging as well them to use the Erasmus internship option, because that would allow you after your graduation to spend 1 year within the Schengen doing internship. Normally it's the paid internship, plus as well for that 1 year you will receive the scholarship from the university. So if you are not quite sure whether you want to go into the labor market right away, or you haven't made up your mind, then you can apply for the internship during your last semester of studies. So that would be the same for bachelors, for masters. In that way you go to the country where you are considering of moving to, you are there with a scholarship plus the internship, so it's a safe way of explore the country, and it gives you 12 months to make your decision.
Super. Students, have you heard the word Erasmus scholarship just now? Yes, it's a very good opportunity for international students to actually take the advantage of the scholarship opportunity at any public university, in public or even private universities in European Union. I think we need more information than that. We will make a special video on Erasmus scholarship with Ms. Zane, and we will also podcast this in the next episode, where you'll be able to understand how does Erasmus scholarship help international students getting the better exposure. Zane, coming back to the Latvia now, students are growing. The number of Indian students are growing a lot. Could you tell me how many Indian students are there at your university from India?
At 𝐼CICI these days it's about 1,500 students.
Wow.
That's large population, yes. I'm proud to say that we have both male and female students, because initially when we started the project we had only male students, well, which is a bit obvious when it comes for the engineering studies, but now we can see that, because as from the university side as well, I see that there is a change of behavior in the classroom, whether that's only boys or we have boys and girls in the classroom.
Great.
So
on this point, I would make a very important understanding. Let's understand when females want to travel from India, they come from a lot of conservative families, and we also have to be very careful, when the females go abroad, because families are very worried about the security. See, we come from a culture where security is a big issue in certain states, so we have to understand how is the security, for our kids, female kids, of course both the kids, female and male, but sometimes, as a female, is it secure to go to Latvia? And what kind of problems they can face there?
Well, Latvia and Riga, being one of the European capitals, has been ranked as the most safest European capital, and really being in the international office for past 24 years and working with students from all across the globe, we haven't had any cases where the students have experienced any abuse or any serious matters taken place on campus.
Great. Student, you have heard Zane Purlaura from Riga Tech University International Office. Let's verify all these things with our students who already studied there. Keep watching our podcast till the end, because here you will now meet students who are studying in Latvia. What do they say? Please subscribe to our channel for more such information, and then we'll be able to help you with your plans to study in Europe. Zane, thank you so much for joining us, and it is a pleasure to have you again. Looking forward to see you in the next season.
Thank you, Deepinder. Pleasure was all mine.
Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.